The town of Innisfil was the first municipality in Canada to partner with the ride-sharing service Uber to serve as their public transit system. So far, it's been a success. But I traveled to the township of Bradford, West Gwillimbury as well, and found out that there is more than one way of doing something right.
Just this morning I had somebody who had never used Uber. So there's new customers coming on board every day as they find out about it.
Jeyan Jeganathan has been driving Uber in Innisfil ever since the town partnered with a ride-sharing giant to be its primary mode of transit.
But when it's very, very busy, sometimes you don't even have a minute to yourself, and you look at the time and you've been Ubering for 5 hours and it felt like it was 1 hour.
In May of 2017, the town of Innisfil decided that rather than build a fixed bus route system, they would partner with Uber. In the pilot project's first 8 months, 27,000 rides were taken across the town.
I don't think we anticipated the 27,000 trips or the 3,400 people that were going to use the Uber system. We were certainly excited about it.
So much so, Council committed $350,000 for the next phase in the project. The town's transit system is not much different than the original Uber app.
So automatically, when someone is within Innisfil, you just go within the Uber app like you would anywhere else, but it detects that you're in Innisfil. So it's an Innisfil transit option that the user would select. You get picked up at your door and then you get brought to your destination. So it's a door-to-door service 24/7.
The town offers flat rate rides to and from 9 popular stops. A trip to the recreational complex or town hall would cost $3. And $5 to ride to the Barrie Go South station. As part of Phase 2 in the project, 2 more flat rate locations have been added, including the town's library. A $5 discount is applied to trips outside of the town's designated stops. The pilot project is the first of its kind in Canada and a creative solution to traditional transit.
You all right with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Linda.
But the town of Bradford, West Gwillimbury, about 20 kilometers south of Innisfil, is sticking to buses.
Well, we first started with zero, nothing, and then we procured 3 buses and polled the public to see what were the destinations they wanted to go to or come from.
The town of Bradford, West Gwillimbury runs 2 fixed routes. The crosstown cuts through the downtown core, making stops near the public library, the 2 local high schools, and the GO station. And the around town travels through Bradford's more residential neighborhoods and back through the core. Since launching the bus route in 2014, ridership has increased 21%. On average, 21,000 passengers take the conventional transit service every year.
The older population wanted transit because they were getting out of their cars and they didn't leave town very much, so they didn't need their vehicles. To get to doctor's appointments, they needed transit.
Because I don't have a car, I don't drive, so things have moved out to the west end town, so we need the bus.
And it's much easier on my legs because I used to walk up to the bank, CIBC, then walk back to Walmart, get my stuff, and then I'd walk all the way back home.
Initially, the service was a hard sell for some residents.
I don't want a bus stop in front of my house. Why are we getting buses? I drive a car. There's just a mindset change with residents, and this isn't for everybody, but we're looking to give people the opportunity to make it around town.
The cost for running a conventional bus route is steep. The initial startup cost of the bus route was $850,000. That included installing stops, daily operational costs, and 3 buses. And that's what forced the town of Innisfil to explore other options. A fixed route with 2 buses would have cost the town $610,000, but in the first year of the pilot project, the town spent only $150,000.
The average subsidy per trip works out to $5.62, which compare that to what a bus route would have been. Our feasibility study was showing it would have been upwards of $30 per trip.
In order to provide a bus service with a comparable level of door-to-door service as Uber, the town estimates it would cost more than $8 million. Bradford and Innisfil have similar populations, and while they are part of Simcoe County, geographically they are different.
We do have a large spread out geography. We have our 8, 9, 10 settlements kind of spread out across the town, and we have farmlands and agricultural areas throughout those. So it's really our geography that was just prohibitive for a fixed route bus system.
The city is so widespread, and then people could not rely on public transport because they would literally have to wait an hour or more.
On average, Innisfil riders wait 9 minutes for an Uber, while wait times in Bradford range from 30 minutes to an hour. Innisfil also addressed the issue of providing service to people without smartphones and credit cards, which are needed to request a ride. The town set up a phone-in service where residents can request a ride and gift cards can be purchased and loaded onto their account.
I've had, I would say, calls from across Canada, from both the west right through the east coast, from towns with our population and some a little bigger, and asking how it works.
Innisfil is open to the idea of buses in the future as their population grows, but for now the ride-sharing service will remain a vital part of their transit plans.
It's definitely going to give other municipalities something to think about because the proof, the numbers make sense.
The Agenda with Steve Bacon is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario, helping businesses stay on the right side of change with strategic thinking, insightful decisions, and business leadership. Are you on the right side of change? Ask an Ontario CPA.